Why casual dating simply does not work. Let's go on and talk about it.
I was just patient, never try skating. Fuck niggas hating.
As if modern dating for men wasn't hard enough. There's an epidemic going around here. 90% of the women you're probably going to bump into is going to claim that she is only interested in casual dating. And you might not know what that means. So I'm going to help you out in this video. I'm going to break it down what it actually means because you might agree to these terms, not knowing fully what you are getting yourself into or what you are signing up for. Okay? You might even think that that's what you want to do. But after you hear this video or videos like this, you might have a clearer understanding of the potential hazards, the dynamic, what to expect and how to approach it. And you make a decision, a better decision, a more educated decision on if that's something that's best for you at this point in time in your life or not. Okay. Now, so that we're on the same page and without wasting any of your time, I want to break down what I'm talking about when I say casual dating, because just like everything else, people have their own understanding of what casual dating is, and they will argue their point to you and say, no, that's not what I meant. But you can refer to videos like this where I'm only going to state facts about casual dating. Okay. If someone tries to gaslight you and say, no, I mean, I want something more exclusive. Be clear. Casual dating is not exclusive dating. Let me go ahead and break it down for you. Casual dating is a restricted bond formed with the intent to avoid or refrain from any vulnerable, deeply emotional connections or commitment to any single person. Okay? That's what I mean when I say casual dating. Now, you probably can already see why this wouldn't work, but in case you don't and you need more clarity, let's go a little further. Casual dating is also referred to as low friction, high dopamine connections. What does that mean? Low friction, low conflict, no arguing, no drama whatsoever. Okay. High dopamine is, when you do things that you enjoy, like sex, or go out on dates and have fun, you get high levels of dopamine released into your body that gives you feelings of joy and excitement. Okay. So, casual dating situationship is a situationship that only involves fun, all things fun, nothing serious, nothing scary, nothing dramatic, nothing. It's void of all of that. That's what casual dating is. Okay. Now, the person who is casually dating or only interested in casually dating is interested in dating, but one would like to avoid conflict or drama. That doesn't sound bad. We all would like to avoid conflict or drama, but let's be real. That's inevitable in life. Hard times and conflicts are going to happen in life inevitably, and it's our job to develop conflict resolution skills. But this person doesn't believe that that is a skill that they need to develop. They would just like to avoid any ounce of conflict or negativity or drama or friction at any cost. Okay. Number two, they would like to avoid commitment or restricting themselves to a single person, or maybe even using titles like boyfriend and girlfriend, husband and wife. Okay. They want to avoid that. The reason why they want to avoid that is because they don't like what happened in their past when it came to them being in a restricted situation. They want freedom to do whatever they want. They have a fear that they aren't being who they want to be because they're being who you want them to be. Okay, let me go further. They would also, number three, like to avoid any emotional vulnerability. They don't want to get into these deep conversations about feelings and then feel exposed. And then now you know things about them that you can potentially use against them, regardless if it's a secret, past experiences, or maybe just something that they are addicted to or vulnerable to emotionally. They might also want to avoid attachments of any kind. They are the type of person that would like to get up and leave whenever they have a situation that they are uncomfortable in, and avoiding this commitment but still being able to date you gives them the ability to do so. If things are ever uncomfortable for any reason, they have the freedom to leave because there was no restricting or committed bonds created between you and them. Next, number 4, they would like to avoid obligations to others' standards. So, or your expectations of them. If you expect them to uh, do anything, I mean, come on now, use your brain. When it comes to relationships and dating, you expect somebody to maybe not sleep with other people. Maybe you expect them to answer your phone call within a respectful amount of time. Maybe you expect to be respected. Maybe you expect certain levels of exclusivity. You know, and that, just to sum it up, they'd casual date to avoid this too, without having to be so specific on what that entails. So you can imagine that they have thought this out already and said, I would just like to avoid all of that, period. I'm just casually dating. I don't even want to have these kind of conversations with somebody. Number 5, they would like to avoid potential heartbreak or trauma. So this is somebody who has either been wounded very bad last time they allowed somebody to have their heart, and the thought of giving it to another person scares them, but they still don't want to be alone. They still would like the um, enjoyment of the opposite sex, maybe even the same sex's presence, but they want to enjoy the benefits of a relationship without the titles or the restrictions or the drama or conflict of that same relationship. Okay, so this is what I mean when I say that casual dating is toxic. And when you are attempting to entertain a woman who is saying that she's only interested in casual dating, this is what she's telling you. She would like to avoid all of the other things, but she still wants to have fun. She still wants to enjoy your company, okay? But she just doesn't want anything. She has placed a limit. Like, okay, we can go as close to this gate or this fence or this boundary or this border as humanly possible. But the second we touch it, I'm running. The second we crossed it, I'm leaving. That is what she's telling you, okay? She has an avoidant attachment style. It may be dismissive avoidant or it may be fearful avoidant, but she is avoidant. Now, I have a few notes here before I move forward into what you're going to expect when dating someone who is only interested in casual dating. Note, if she is upfront about casual dating, she cannot be deemed as a bad person for dating other people. She told you upfront. Okay, so some women already know this, not all of them. But if I told you up front that I'm only interested in casual dating, and then you find out that I'm dating other men because I'm not committed to you, if I was a woman, then you can't say I'm a cheater. You can't call me, if I was a woman who claimed to be only casual dating, you can't call me a cheater or a liar. I told you to begin with that I was only interested in casual dating. You signed up for that. If you don't know what casual dating is and then you agree to those terms, well, now you're going to know what you just agreed to. Okay, she did not try to hide anything from you. The bad people that can be deemed a bad person, those are the ones who are casually dating you, but you are in a committed relationship with them. They did not tell you this up front. Second note I have here, saying I'm casual dating but open to exclusive dating is unreliable and it's unstable. It's a contradiction. That is somebody trying to leave the door. That is a clear sign that she doesn't know what she wants or what she's looking for or what she's even doing. So for you to entertain a woman who tells you that she's casually dating but open to exclusive dating, potentially, if we vibe, that is unstable. Because imagine this woman casually dating you while dating other men because there is no commitments or titles, and then she likes the other man enough to be more exclusive with him, and you're hanging on to the hopes that she will like you more than just something casual in the future, and that never happens. You just set yourself up for failure. That is unstable and unreliable, and that's not something that I would trust. Last note, this is not a polygamous relationship. The difference between casual dating and polygamy is that polygamy is a open, committed relationship. I know it sounds contradictory. I'm not polygamous, so I can't really break down the ins and outs. I'm not even interested in it. So you would have to find other videos to break that down, or maybe I can do one in the future once I learn more about it, but I'm not interested in that. It sounds, like I said, contradictory. But a woman saying that she's polygamous, that's not the same as a woman who's saying that she's casually dating. A woman who's saying that she's casually dating doesn't have to fit the demographic of a woman who is willing to be in a committed relationship, but be maybe wife number 2 or 3. Okay, this is the type of woman that if you are in a relationship with your girlfriend or wife, that she would be more than willing to be the third wheel. That's polygamy. But a woman who doesn't want to date a married man, a woman who only dates men who are single, then that's not polygamy. That's casual dating. You see? Okay, so I wanted to make sure I touched every basis. It took me a couple of days to get this one through because I wanted to touch everything, okay? Casual dating. Another reason why I say that casual dating is toxic is because it's fear-based, okay? It's fear-based. Let me explain. Number one, it's based upon past traumas. It's a style of dating that's been developed based on having past traumas. They're unhealed. Okay, they're avoidant because they would like to avoid things that they experienced in the past, and they have not done the self-work to know how to properly heal from it and also how to go about things in a more healthy manner. So they just decide, you know what? I am just not going to do that anymore. I'm going to date casually. I'm just going to look for a vibe. Number 2 is the fear of loss of one's autonomy. So she doesn't want to lose control over herself, her own autonomy, her own emotions. She doesn't like when she wants somebody more than they want them. She doesn't like when she has to cry. She doesn't like somebody having the ability to play with her emotions. She likes to be in a more stable, emotionally stable position and stay in control of those emotions. So it's a fear of losing control over one's own autonomy. Keyword being fear. Number 3, it is the lack of faith in people. Okay, she does not have the ability or interest in trusting anybody. She doesn't believe that anybody is trustworthy. I have a side note for this one. People who do not trust people, there's a couple of things that I've learned in my own experience that you'll know, or that you'll see from people who do not trust people. Number 1, they lie. People who do not trust you lie to you. And then number 2 is that they don't have the ability to respect you, because you have to trust somebody to respect them. 3, they don't have the ability to love you, because you have to trust somebody in order to love them. And I would say, they're not going to be opening up to you. They're not going to have the ability to open up and be vulnerable with you because they don't trust you. Okay? So based on their past traumas and the fact that they haven't healed, and therefore they decided to move forward in life casually dating, they do not have the ability or the desire to trust anybody. Okay? And they have made this a conscious decision. So they are very aware that they won't be trusting you. And you are dealing with somebody who, doesn't matter how trustworthy you are, will never respect you, love you, open up to you, and they will potentially lie to you. Lastly, number 5, to support my claim that this is fear-based dating, they have a fear of being inferior or feeling not good enough. So maybe they've given their heart to somebody in the past that broke their heart and ran them into the ground, and they just don't want to feel like they are not good enough because you left them, and because they are flawed, and then they're going to feel small, ugly, unattractive, and it's going to mess with their self-esteem. So this is also another reason why it's a fear-based dating tactic, because it would like to avoid feelings of inferiority and also not feeling like they are good enough for you or anyone moving forward. Now, what you can actually expect if you decided to entertain a casual dating situationship, because to you it didn't sound like a bad idea. And regardless of what this video says or what you know about it, you agree to those terms, and maybe you have found yourself interested in casually dating. Okay. Number one thing that you can expect from casual dating situation is one, she is going to be fully engaging as long as the experience is enjoyable and pleasant only. She's fully engaged with you as long as the experience is enjoyable and pleasant only. Okay. Number two, she is going to have overloads of dopamine via extreme levels of passion and pleasure with you. But after she exploits the ability to have high levels of dopamine, like extremely passionate sex or just extreme feelings of joy and happiness because you're a vibe, everything's going smooth, there's no friction involved in this relationship, or situationship, then she's going to need to take some distance, because too much of that will cause her to lose control over her autonomy or over her emotions. So she would go into having extreme levels of excitement and dopamine with you, however it may come, intimacy or just the dates, just involving herself or being around you. Okay. And then she will need to back off. She will need to come down. How long she needs to stay away from you will depend on how high up, how high she was off of that dopamine. If you guys went out of the country and went to Jamaica and had a 5-6 day excursion, and you guys was making sweet, passionate love every single day, every single waking moment, and that was just a high level of dopamine for her, when y'all get back, she's going to need some distance. And if she doesn't take that distance, she's going to find herself forming an emotional bond and connection that she was trying to avoid in the beginning. Okay? Number three, she's going to have the need to avoid anything that leads to a deeper connection, kind of like what I just said. So she's going to simply back off when she feels like she's slipping. And this does include deeply penetrating questions or conversation. Okay? She's going to try to avoid that as well. Okay? Number four, she's going to run at the sight of any conflict or friction. And this does include you questioning her about her whereabouts or her own actions. Okay? Anything you do that turns the situation real and you try to hold her accountable, she's going to run, because it's going to be viewed as drama or toxic, because that's not what she signed up for. She did not sign up to have deep conversations. She did not sign up to be held accountable. She did not sign up for that. She is casually dating you. She only wants high dopamine, low friction. Okay. Number five, other players must be introduced in order to sustain that restricted bond that she has with you in a perceived to be a more healthy manner. What do I mean by this? Because having other partners to swap in and out with you keeps her out of her feelings, but it also keeps her excited when she sees you, and it keeps her from feeling stuck or attached to you. And she also might not want to be a potential burden to you if she's the one who decided, or not decided because it's out of her control, she's the one who started growing feelings for you. So in order for her to avoid crossing over into those emotional, terrain, she's going to entertain other men or people in general so that she can bring those feelings down that she has for you. Okay. Now, there's some potential hazards that I want to mention in closing on this topic. Okay. Things that you might want to consider if you are considering dating a woman who's only interested in casual dating. Number one, feelings always get involved. It could be you or it could be hers. It's just a roll of the dice. 100% of the time, feelings get involved. And if it's you, you're going to be the one feeling like you want her to stop dating other men. And as soon as you bring that up to her, you're going to be the one who's messing up the agreement or the arrangement, and she's going to ghost you. Or you're going to be the one who was able to sustain that connection or arrangement, and she's going to be the one asking you, so what are we doing? And then you're going to pull away. Hazard number one. Hazard number two, little or no tolerance for any amount of conflict or friction whatsoever. You will be ghosted. The second things turn real, she will leave. The situationship is over the second any kind of accountability or questioning or serious conversation or bones that you need to pick with her. She's running. She's going to accuse you of being in your feelings, breaking the arrangement, being too much for her, being unhealed. She's going to accuse you of those things, and she's going to run. And this is what you signed up for, and this is what she told you in the beginning, inadvertently, that she was interested in. A low friction, high dopamine connection only, or a vibe. Okay, number three, no sustainability, as there is no fulfillment in the situationship. Okay, there's no vulnerability. You're dealing with multiple partners, so is she. And, those people are in rotation. This gets old. Okay, there's no real connection needed to be in a casual dating situation. So if, it's going to get old, you're going to be like, and if you're dating somebody else and then that person is more fulfilling to you and provides more of what you need, maybe you can have more intellectual conversations with her or something like that, you're going to lose interest for a little shorty. Number four, it's a one-sided polygamous situation. So and how it compares to polygamy being an open, committed relationship. This is not a relationship. And so there's no agreement that you can entertain other women. Probably if she found out you were entertaining other women, she'd cut you off. She wants your undivided attention while she can entertain whoever she needs to entertain in order to settle up on those emotional issues. Number five, hazard. Casual dating eventually leads to insecurities and low self-esteem, as the person with the capacity to love deeper starts to question if they were good enough or to be loved and why nobody wants them. And as you can probably imagine, somebody who is providing nothing but positive feelings and high levels of dopamine to a woman, and they are being polite, understanding, and passive, because anything that they deem to be a red flag, they have to discard it in order to sustain a casual dating situation that needs to have the lowest amount of conflict or friction and the highest amounts of dopamine. You see where I'm going? You're going to start feeling like a penny with a hole in it, a ripped dollar bill, a loaf of bread, things that have low value. Okay, you are going to feel like you're not good enough, and you're not even a problem. It's just that you're dating somebody that is not emotionally available for you. So you really have to know what you're getting yourself into and what you're signing up for when you're attempting to casual date yourself, or if you're attempting to entertain a woman who has upfront told you that she is only interested in casual dating. I hope this video gives you a better understanding on what casual dating is. Therefore, it gives you a better opportunity to make a decision, or if that's something that you're interested in, and bring some clarity, if you needed it, to what casual dating actually is and what it means when a woman says that that's what she's only interested in doing. If it has helped you, or you like it, or it resonates with you, please give me a like, comment, or subscribe. But if you're new to my channel, my name is Jerome, and this has been another episode of The Superb Word. Until next time, y'all. 2 fingers. All right.